week's MLB Championship, Comerica Center in Frisco, Texas, where they feel the pulse. This is the second seed in next week's championship. Dallas today hosting the defending champion, Orlando Valkyries. Alongside two-time All-Big West player and former pro Victoria Dennis, I'm Chris Maikowski. And Victoria, for Dallas today, the starting lineup may look a little unusual, but these are players who are going to be counted upon if Dallas is going to win next week.
How Dallas has solidified such a lead role in Major League Volleyball is because of the B side at practice, and that's who we're going to see today on the floor for Dallas. And talking about the coaching staff, they said these starting six are a major key role every single day at practice, how they're able to push the A side to be as best as they can.
The seeds are locked in for next week's MLB Championship. Dallas will be #2 taking on San Diego. Our other semifinal is #1 seed Indy against #4 Omaha. And if Dallas is going to be successful next week, it'll take Mimi Collier putting up another big performance in her rookie season, Victoria, MLB's leader in kills.
Mimi Collier has double-digit kills in all but 2 matches on the season. She's playing both sides of the ball, so elite on defense. She's reading and reactive, and gets up on that big in transition as well. Offensively, able to score in system and out of system.
Dallas and San Diego in that semifinal. They last played 9 days ago. Pulse have won 3 out of the last 4, and the final was a 5-set grinder.
San Diego and Dallas has nothing but drama between these two teams, and it's going to be so exciting to see them in the semifinals this Thursday. Man, the tea is boiling, and I'm ready.
Starting lineups are presented by Wren Athletics. And again, the Dallas lineup looks different. Celia Cullen will be given the keys to the car, taking over for Natty Valentine Anderson, who will end the year as MLB's single-season leader in assists per set. And we'll see Kendall White at libero, one of the most decorated at that position in NCAA history. For Orlando, Charity Looper gets the start. Dallas area native who won a state championship here 5 years ago. And former SMU Mustang, Naya Shimei at opposite. She set a season record for her, 17 kills right here at Comerica Center back in late February. The reigning champion, Orlando, versus the upstart, the championship contender, Dallas, underway in Frisco. Aisha May on the initial attack for Orlando. She's denied, and they'll go to Kelsey Payne. Service run comes to an end in a hurry as Hannah Maddox goes on the attack.
Hannah Maddox is no stranger to me.
Saved by Caroline Youth. KP has it sent back, recycled, and Carson Bacon sizzling early.
Dallas really wants to solidify that first ball side out. They do this every single day at practice, and these athletes know exactly what it takes to play at this level. So look for them to continue to have a solid first ball contact, allowing them to find those side outs.
Bacon on the serve, some Orlando Duck tie-ins to this one for sure. Colby Neal, the former Arizona State Sun Devil, with the kill. And Neal will have service. Played in only 4 matches this year. Last Sunday against Grand Rapids, had a season-high 6 kills. Celia Cullen getting it to Payne. This will be Looper trying to go down the line. Muth beats a couple of blockers. And Orlando can't take care of it. Point Dallas.
Slight communication for Orlando. They have to be able to establish that rhythm early on. These athletes are obviously used to playing with each other in the practice gym, but when you hit the game floor, it's a little bit different. So look for them to up that communication.
Here's Payne, the 3-time All-American at Kansas, off the top of the net and saved. Quick set to Bree Kelly, the rookie, another Dallas area product. She's from Rockwall, Texas.
Here's Kelly, the rookie out of Pitt, getting up on this quick attack. Watch as she's able to have a big double arm lift to beat that block out in front.
Here's Shimei. Cullen. Back set to Carter Booth, the latest addition to this Dallas roster. Kill by Hannah Pukas.
Solid look there from Pukas. She saw an open net and just took advantage of that second contact. Pukas setting in the front row. Watch for her to spread that offense pin to pin.
Chimay back in Dallas for Mustang star. Digs that one out. Amy Klicka at libero today for Orlando, getting it to Looper for the kill.
Solid look there by Looper. It was a lifted out-of-system play. Look at how she waits and then goes to get the ball high. She's tracking the set and then swings up and at that block.
Down on the baseline for the Orlando point. Celia Cullen nearly had it down in the pot. Looper, met by Booth. Looper again, kept off the floor, and Cullen to Muth, blocked by four hands. Muth again, this time with a tip. They'll go to the pipe. There's Maddox with authority.
Maddox has gotten really solid on that pick attack, that middle back attack where the athlete has to broad jump over that 10-foot line. They cannot step on it, but they can jump over and land inside. Still a big offensive weapon.
Orlando has scored 4 straight. Make it 5. Ace from Chimay.
Solid hand-to-ball contact by Chimay. Does a really good job of just hitting that ball square and flat, which really causes it to drop.
Chimay helping SMU to new heights during her time there. They won 25 games in her senior season. Down in the campfire, Point Dallas finally getting one back after a lengthy Orlando run.
Dallas stopping the bleeding there with the first ball side out of their own. They have to be able to go back to the service line and chip away here. Establish some early rhythm and momentum.
This has been the lone place that Caroline Muth has played all season long, exclusively a serving sub, but getting additional time today as Dallas utilizes some of those reserves. As Bree Kelly gets the latest kill. 8-4 in favor of the defending champion Orlando here at the home of the
to do that.
Not just the head coach, the VP of volleyball operations in Orlando. Out of the timeout, Cullen to Martin.
Solid swing by Martin. Really quick grip.
Two-time Mountain West Player of the Year at UNLV and played her senior season at Florida. That's long from Booth. Point Orlando going back up by 4. Bree Kelly, the number 6 pick in the MLV draft. Athletic, fast, disruptive blocker. Service error from her.
Both teams trying to establish that rhythm at the service line, the ace to error ratio. Have to serve aggressive at this level.
Cullen, the American Athletic Conference Setter of the Year as a junior. Watches Bacon and Payne go up for the block.
An impactful defensive play for Dallas. Look at how they track their attacker out in front, keep high hands, and then dive into that seam.
Long from Cullen, only the 4th match she has played in this season. Natalia Valentine Anderson has had complete control at the setter position, guiding MLV's most efficient offense. Dallas hitting 270 under NVA. Another service error, this time from Orlando.
To your point, Chris, Cullen's no stranger to high-level volleyball, playing at SMU as well as Michigan State. She knows what it takes to play high level, and she's been in the gym with one of the best teams in the MLB.
Long from Martin. 12th match for her this year. Dallas using their full bench today, saving the legs of their stars for next week's championship. For Orlando, this is the end of the road for this season. Cullen quickly to Bacon. Another chance for the Valkyries. Looper tipped by Bacon and can't be kept up. Over on the Dallas side, Kendall White gave it her all.
Orlando's doing a really good job of finding ways to score in transition. Pukas is really dishing that rock, spreading her offense. Here's Looper, product out of Louisville.
Cullen finding KP off hands. Go to the right side for Chimay. Martin was there. Right back to KP, tipped. They'll say point Orlando, but immediately I think a review is going to show that should be Dallas's point.
Dallas is challenging a block touch.
Christian.
We're going to cancel the challenge. We have an honor call. Block touch.
Orlando knew it and conceded the point.
Successful block touch off of an honor call.
Shannon Windsor doesn't have to utilize her challenge, although she would have got it right back, of course. Told us that Dallas was trying to find their rhythm on Friday. That victory was a lot cleaner than the previous few.
Right, and talking with Coach Windsor, it's just really exciting to hear just the culture that she's building for the Dallas Pulse, coming down from the Canadian national team. And talking with her, she said, we're instilling a culture of competitive, of excellence, not just in volleyball, but how you are off the court when you're not at practice. So your mental, your nutrition, all aspects of being a professional athlete.
One thing I heard this week, and I thought it was a great comp, Victoria, the way that she was able to put together this roster, get them to gel early on, it's because of that national team experience. They didn't have a whole lot of time together before the first match.
They didn't.
That's typically what you get on the national team scene, just a limited amount before going to play those matches.
Exactly, and it's about building the building blocks, right? And the pieces coming together. It's a new team from scratch, and she's been able to find the rhythm and have excellence brought out of each individual athlete, who she's having them buy into a system, and they've bought into that system, and she's had to have difficult conversations to be able to get to this point in the league, being one of the top teams in the league, because she's being honest with her athletes and running just a high efficient gym.
First kill for Chimay, her Orlando team up by 3, now 2, as Carter Booth goes on the attack for Dallas. Only been with this Dallas team for a couple of weeks, made her debut on April 17th.
Dallas establishing their middles early on, which is going to open up more one-on-one for their pins. Booth out of Wisconsin.
Bit of an overpass there, reaching over, point Dallas. AP will continue. Dallas is pulled within 1. Another overpass for Orlando. And Booth doesn't always need to show off that powerful right arm. The tip will get the job done.
Solid vision there by Booth. She saw 2 up in front of her, and it's placement, not power. Watch as she sees that double block right up and over that block. Perfect placement.
We are tied at 13, no longer. Orlando regains the advantage.
Dallas working hard in transition to make this a 1-point ball game. Orlando has to stay hot on the pedal here if they want to win this first set.
Back to Chimay. Cullen, long pass to Muth, met by 4 hands, kept up by Cullen. Muth again. Licka was there. Booth as it's sent back by Looper. Dallas Dig able to keep it alive. Longest rally we've had so far in this opening set. Point goes to Orlando. Long rallies often this year have not gone Dallas's way.
And they have to find a way to make it go their way, right? It's about being able to stay calm in the chaos. And at this level of volleyball, there's going to be so many elongated rallies because of the defense. So you have to find a way to score on the 2nd, 3rd, or 4th opportunity.
Muth going down the line. Dallas back within 1.
Good first ball side out for Dallas, just beautifully painting that line. A quick arm swing, challenging high line.
And the book on Muth, Victoria, has been that she could grow into one of the most physical outside hitters in this league. Hasn't had many opportunities, though, this season. This is a showcase for her today.
And I'm excited to watch the development of Muth. I mean, she's an all-SEC team. Sky's the limit.
Paul Sunderland, Holly McPeak, Madison Fitzpatrick on the call. Victoria Dennis and I will have your pre- and post-game shows. Excited about that coverage from the home of the Pulse, Comerica Center. Martin has it recycled. This time over the top of the block. Orlando up by 2. Chimay sends it across. Cullen to Martin. Big block going up for Orlando, led by Hannah Pukas.
Orlando's defense looks solid right now. Multiple athletes going for the same ball, which is exactly what you want to have happen, crossing in those seams, and then Pukas finishing with that block.
Cherry Looper back home in the Dallas area. This time it's Maddox and Kelly, a couple of blocks in a row for the Valks.
Back-to-back blocks, which are huge momentum shifts here, solidifying a 4-point lead for Orlando. Watch as Maddox lines up. Oh, and it just gets her right in the face, but it's a block nonetheless. Looks like she is okay.
The top 4 teams are solidified in the MLV championship, and the seeds were set on Friday. Indy and Omaha in the initial semifinal. That'll get started at 7 o'clock Eastern time Thursday night on Ion, followed by number 2 Dallas and number 3 San Diego. That's scheduled for approximately 9:30 Eastern time. Winners move on to the final Saturday afternoon, 3 o'clock Eastern.
Both of these matches are going to be nail biters, but I am specifically excited for Dallas and San Diego just because they've gone blow for blow this entire season, and it hasn't been easy for either team going up in that draw. So the semifinals to be on the edge of your seat.
They needed 5 to settle that Pulse Mojo match out west just 9 days ago. Cullen to Booth, able to get it down in front of Looper.
Booth taking on a big role here offensively. Look at Booth getting up again for Dallas. Big transition footwork leading to this offensive kill.
And the middles have not been great for Dallas of late. It's been a big adjustment since Lane Van Buskirk went down to a season-ending ACL injury.
And that's a role that they've been working on in the practice gym, is who is going to fill in that role when Lane went down. And it's been a little bit of a challenge for Dallas. Luckily, they have really big strength on the pins as well, and not to mention, you know, libero and setter. But the middle is a very important position, and to find that rhythm coming into championship play, they really need to lock that in. They have 3 days to do it.
They don't need huge numbers, just some credibility to open things up.
Exactly. Credibility, finding ways to score when they can, and getting blocks.
KP can't put it through. It'll be Maddox hitting Bacon's hands and allowing Martin to go on the attack. Cullen recycles it. Maddox one more time over the top of Cullen and Bacon. Payne nearly saved it, but Maddox on the spot, point Orlando.
Maddox on fire with a lot of family and friends in the stands, as she grew up just outside of San Antonio, and she is playing like it.
Missed the previous 2 matches against Dallas. Maddox did, part of a 5-week stretch where she was out of the lineup.
But Maddox has put up some serious numbers this season as well. Maddox has 10 or more points in 9 matches for Orlando this season.
Orlando first into the red zone. It's 20-15 in favor of the Valkyries. Cullen to Bacon. Maddox gets the swing. This will be Martin. Overpass and a free ball for Dallas. Cullen back to Martin. Looper there for the dig. One more opportunity for Martin. Able to hit it off hands as Pukas was at the net.
Cullen just dishing that butter for Dallas. Talk about a tempo set to the outside. Watch this set is almost horizontal across the tape. Not a lot of arc, and that's because they're trying to beat that block of Orlando.
Again for Cullen, just the 4th match she has played in this season. Maddox, the latest kill for Orlando.
Maddox swinging high and hard at that block of Dallas. The block wasn't pressed all the way across. That's how the ball fell on their side.
Her 4th kill on 9 swings. Pukas puts the ball in play. Cullen to Payne. And Pukas will set up Maddox. Big cut. Too much on it. Out of bounds. Point Dallas.
I like that tempo set in transition, though. It was a medium pass scenario, even an out-of-system pass, and Orlando still wanted to go fast to Maddox. It was just a bit wide.
Martin with her team down by 4. Tried to get Looper on the runway. Couldn't make it happen. Had to dump it over. And Dallas takes advantage.
Dallas doing a solid job of utilizing all offensive threats. Moving that ball around, keeping the defense of Orlando true.
Bacon sends it back. Now Maddox on the attack. Bacon there for the block. One more time for Maddox off hands. Cullen to Muth, able to hit it past Klicka and Looper.
Muth with a big rip on the left side. It is go time in the red zone. Dallas needed that point. Take a look here. Cullen squaring up to provide a perfect apex for Muth to go and challenge that seam, finding a point.
Timeout called by Amy Pauley as Dallas pulls within 2 here in set 1. Last meeting was on March 7th in Orlando. Dallas won in a sweep. That day, the Pulse hit at a 317 clip, but only at 225 so far today.
Orlando hitting 276, but have earned 11 kills in set number 1 thus far, not to mention 16 digs.
Of course, a very different Dallas lineup today against the Valkyries than they saw in early March. Amy Collier led the way for Dallas in that one with 18 kills, but she won't see the floor today. There's Nia Chimay for Orlando.
Chimay just finding a solution in that play. She recognized she didn't have a green light swing, meaning taking a big rip. She had to find a solution of what the set was giving her, and she found one.
Cullen to Muth. Chimay sends it back. Muth again, dug out by Klicka. Big runway and a big dig for Dallas. Orlando with Looper. We'll go to Martin up the middle. And Looper at the net for the Valkyries. Cullen quick set to Bacon. A big up from Kendall White. But Muth can't get it past the block. Up by Bacon. Orlando perseveres. Colby Neal with the kill, her 3rd.
Libero Kendall White, I mean, wow. There's Kendall, number 10 for Dallas, just keeping her team alive there with 2 pancake digs. Look at Kendall fully laying out, lifting that ball perfectly with a pancake underneath, not once, but twice.
Penn State's all-time digs leader, 2-time Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year.
Just reading it like a book.
Fantastic work for her. Again, a lot of these Dallas players on the floor today have not seen a ton of playing time this season. Full bench in use for Shannon Windsor. But the goal is still to win. It's always to win. And knowing that any one of these players could be called upon to play a crucial role next week. Have to have that next man up mentality.
Coach Windsor said that the bench always shows up at practice every day and wins a lot of the drills against the quote-unquote A side. They are high performers, competitors, and hold each other accountable.
Cullen to Malaya Jones, seeing her first playing time today. A lot of Mustangs on the floor right now. Here's one of them. Chimay has it blocked by Muth. Dallas has 20, and they're down by 3.
Muth with authority. Look at Muth lining up her vision. High hands, allowing her to go high and grab that ball, pressing into that seam.
Two-time All-ACC player at Notre Dame, and then an All-SEC player at Texas A&M. Kaylee Cox seeing her first playing time of the day. Service run ends thanks to a kill by Charity Looper, and it's set point Orlando.
Orlando needed that really big momentum shift. We felt it here on the floor from Dallas because of their defense. Orlando has to find a way to convert in transition to close out.
Cullen to Muth, off of Chimay and down. Point Dallas within 3.
I'd like to see Orlando block Muth in the angle. She has every single shot, but funnel that ball down the line. We've seen her hit high line too, so it's always that chess game, but maybe start with taking away hard cross.
That'll do it in set 1. Hannah Maddox with the final kill.
Bench or a starter, but Maddox has put up some serious numbers. She has 3 games with over 20 points on the year.
5 kills, 5 digs, 2 blocks for her so far. Those first set stats are presented by Spalding. Dallas takes point 1 of set 2.
Look for Dallas to continue to find their middle, specifically in transition, to help spread that offense.
Pulse coming off a sweep over Omaha on Friday, their 9th of the season, win number 20 in this inaugural year for the Pulse. While Orlando has won its last 2 after dropping 4 straight. They beat Atlanta in 4 sets on Friday.
Now with Maddox in the back row, look for her for that quick, big attack.
Maddox on the serve and goes off the net and down. Booth can't get the up. Ace Orlando.
Maddox needs just a little bit higher toss, but she really likes to challenge her opponents quickly in the seams of serve receive.
That is just long past the baseline. Point Dallas. See just how close it was thanks to the MLB replay system.
Sets front row for Dallas here. Watch for them to spread their offense by running their middle behind.
2-2, Chimay, block party on a Sunday afternoon. Martin and Booth.
What a play by Martin, a huge swing block move out to the left pin. Look as she clamps down on this ball. Big swing move, getting up vertically. Plays with the German national team.
Cullen to Martin. That angle was tremendous by Martin, but they will say it's a violation on Martin. Point Orlando.
I don't know, I feel like it was pretty quick, but it's a judgment call.
Coming from Christian Kryjoks, our up official, Suzanne Lowry. Our other official today down low, and Martin this time gets the point. A sly look up to the official after that one.
Martin doubling down with that power tip, saying, well, all right, is that one good enough for you? Earns a point.
And she gives Dallas a 1-point lead. Quick sets to Kelly, denied. Now Booth, as she comes back down, delivers.
Booth is showing us her range and versatility. She does a solid job of being able to utilize her high hand contact and really power tip when given the opportunity. She was catching that ball on the way down and found a point with it.
To the back row, Maddox Denied by Payne. Youth can't put it down. Here's Chimay. Kept up by her former SMU Mustang teammate, Cullen. Now Cullen to Muth. Chimay getting in on the block party alongside Kelly.
I like Dallas trying to go fast in transition, but you have to read what the play is giving you. They should have found a higher set there, not forcing that fast play in trans.
One-point Dallas lead in set 2. Regular season finale for both teams. End of the road for Orlando, while Dallas will be the number 2 seed in next week's MLB championship. Here's Payne off hands. Charity Looper denied by Martin. Look go to the back row. There's Booth in the middle.
I said that Dallas is going to have to carry over some big defensive plays, and that's exactly how they've solidified a 2-point lead early on here in set number 2. Watch as they're reading and reacting on defense.
Booth was drafted by Dallas in the 3rd round, but chose to begin her pro career in Italy. Back in time for the stretch run in Dallas. Muth lightly over, kept up by Looper. Chimay, there's Muth with the block for Dallas.
The block
3rd for the
Dallas
Pulse.
Locked in, my goodness. Orlando has to find a solution to that big block of Dallas right now.
3-point Dallas lead, ace Carter Booth.
I like that little ace dance there that Dallas has going on. Got to keep it fun.
Dancing in Dallas, a 4-point lead for the home team. 1 attack in the entirety of this year before today. There's Carter Booth. Wisconsin great. Added to the Dallas lineup just in time for the stretch run of the regular season. Long from Muth this time. Deficit is trimmed to 3 for Orlando.
Set is still front row for Dallas. Look for the Pulse to run that back row attack.
Charity Looper, the Dallas native, has an ace.
Solid hand-to-ball contact there from Looper, who stands at 5'9".
Led Byron Nelson High School to the state championship in 2019 here in Texas and was the championship MVP. There's Bree Kelly, another native Texan.
It has to be fun to come back to your home state and play on home soil of Texas, and a lot of these Orlando athletes have many family and friends in the stands.
She was a Heath Hawk and the number 6 pick in this year's MLB draft. Again to Kelly, another kill for the former Rockwall Heath star.
Solid look there by Kelly, painting that line. Kelly has 10 or more points in 4 matches this season for Orlando.
All square, 8-8. The reigning player of the week in MLV is Sarah Parsons from the Omaha Supernovas. Had 21 kills in the win over Columbus.
Parsons is a huge reason how Omaha has earned their playoff bid. Parsons is going to be a big part of the role if they want to get into the finals. I expect Omaha to utilize all offensive threats, but when Sarah Parsons on the floor, watch out. She's played this game for a long time. She's a leader on and off the floor for Omaha.
Thomas Robson really dialing in the block for Omaha. 21 of them last week. That set a franchise record in a single game. They did come here to Dallas on Friday, swept by Mimi Collier and the Pulse. Supernovas right back here for the championship. It starts on Thursday. 8-8. Muth meets 4 hands. Good up by White. On the other side, it's Payne with the dig. to Muth again, forcing it through down the line. Point Dallas.
Cullen still going with that tempo. Needs to be a little bit wider there for Muth to go and take a rip on that ball, but Muth finding a solution of her own. Watches Muth sees this set just a bit low inside, able to find the tip off the block.
Here's Cullen. Trying to go down the line, but it's wide from Hannah Maddox.
The Pulse are able to solidify a lead here by a couple unforced errors from Orlando.
Cullen, first team All-ACC as a senior, as SMU made its transition into a new conference. Muth cutting it across. Can't get a touch. Point Dallas, point Orlando rather. Attack error on the Pulse.
This is where Orlando has to establish a little bit better momentum here and rhythm early on in the second set. Dallas has done a solid job of challenging them defensively.
Kept up by Martin. Payne in that far corner.
Another impactful swing from Payne. Just really smooth hand-to-ball contact, and her arm swing in general just looks really easy. Kind of just like one of those MLB pitchers on the mound that has a really long throwing, pitching arm. That's what Payne does when she's attacking, utilizing all that length.
2-point Dallas lead. Free ball for the Pulse. Cullen to Bacon. Third kill for her.
Watches Bacon is able to put this ball away. She's tracking the pass, getting right on top of her setter and challenging thumbs down outside that block.
Just 14 kills on the season for Bacon entering today. That one's long from Muth. Bacon went 2 months without playing from late January
She went
through nearly the end of March.
Rival high school. She went to Rancho Cucamonga in Southern California, which is right down the highway there from my high school. Inland Empire of Southern California region. 3-time All Pac-12 athlete out of Oregon.
A lot of Ducks on the floor today, in addition to all the SMU Mustangs we mentioned, and some Wisconsin Badgers who were great as well, including Carter Booth.
Booth taking a huge physical presence in the middle right now. She's the first line of defense for Dallas, and she is taking it on with authority.
Off top of net for the serve by Bacon, as Colby Neal is the latest to score for Orlando.
Neal, a 6'4" rookie, being able to get up and put that ball away. Played both at Oregon and Arizona State.
Pulse up by 3. Booth makes it 4.
Middle on middle action and back-to-back points. You love to see active middles on the floor. Middle blocker, in my opinion, is the hardest position in volleyball because you are an absolute worker horse and you don't always get rewarded by getting set every single ball like an outside hitter, which I can say because I was an outside.
Going to Martin. Recycled for Dallas. Martin again. Past that left hand of Colby Neal for the point. Dallas takes a 6.
Championship weekend coming up.
Sunday afternoon volleyball on Vice TV. So glad you decided to spend part of your day with us as you watch Martin send it down the net for the point.
Martin just walking the dog across the top of the tape, and it falls inside the court as she laughs that one off. Sometimes that tape is your best friend or worst enemy, and Martin will say, I'll go ahead and take that one for 6 kills on the match.
After that latest kill, she's back to serve. Chimay. White couldn't dig it out. Point Orlando.
Another impactful swing from Chimay on the right side. Having an active arm on the right side is crucial for any offense, being able to just spread the ball. And you really have sharp angles as a right side attacker and being right-handed.
Second most attacks on this team. She has 12. Muth blocked by Kelly. Last Sunday, Kelly with her season high of 6 blocks. And today she has 3.
Here's Kelly closing into that block. Perfect hand placement. 3 kills, 3 blocks for Kelly.
Here's Shirley Looper. Payne has the dig. Cullen trying to push it past Kelly, but it's the rookie out of Pitt winning that battle.
Kelly is efficient defensively. The rookie out of Penn has a season high of 6 blocks at Grand Rapids. And it's because of her footwork and her vision, which really allows her to close pin to pin, or when she's fronting for middle, that's her primary focus. When Dallas is in system, she needs to front that middle on that quick attack. And as soon as she sees the set to the pin, she releases.
Long pass to Muth. Can't get it over the block.
Dallas slowly but surely closing into the red zone here in set number 2. Set is front row. Watch for Bacon to run behind on the right side.
3-point Dallas lead. Martin with the up. Payne reacting very well, but that ends up traveling out. Point Orlando.
Couple overpasses on both sides. It's really important to control that first ball contact and just stay calm in the chaos. Lifting the ball high middle is an in-system play in transition. You can work with that offensively.
Here's Looper. Muth again, just time with the left palm. Trying to get a touch, couldn't execute it. Point Dallas.
Maddox saw that open. That's area 2, which is the right front part of the volleyball court for Dallas. Just went a bit wide there.
19-16, Dallas lead. Payne denied. It's Muth again. Point Dallas, as Muth has her team-leading 27th attack today.
Muth challenging deep in the seam is a really smart play. It's an out-of-system play. She's jumping from underneath the volleyball. That's really the only swing she had, and she found a kill.
Only one swing for her all year long before today. Now 27 of them, 7 resulting in kills. And I think it really shows how well engaged Coach Windsor has kept all of these players all year long. You don't have to get ready if you stay ready.
Exactly, and she set the standard every single practice. She does not let her athletes get away with anything. And listening into serve and pass earlier today, she goes, well, serve and pass wasn't the best, and I let them know. I let them know what they need to do here coming into this game tonight. And you can see the pulse really locking in, and Muth being a big part of the reason that the B side is pushing the A side in the practice gym and winning those drills and holding them accountable.
And as we watch some of these B side players, as you called them, Coach Windsor told us that she is still, even with the championship just a few days away, trying to figure out what this offense looks like without Lane Van Buskirk. So audition for several of these players, including Kelsey Payne.
Fast arm by Payne again. Looks really solid when she's swinging high at that block.
And Buskirk placed on the season-ending IR back on March 29th. ACL injury. Point Dallas after that goes off the antenna.
Couple unforced errors by Orlando, giving this cushion of a lead to the Pulse, looking to close.
22-16. Dallas in front, quickly to Kelly, and that particular set has worked so well by Pukas.
Watch Kelly getting up on this middle attack. Works really hard to work all the way around her setter and go thumbs down back towards the sideline. That is really hard to do.
Kelly's up to 4 kills on 9 swings. Payne, this solo block, no, travels out of bounds. Point Dallas.
Block for Orlando needs to press back inside the court. As soon as your hands are reaching up towards that ceiling, that's an opportunity for your opponent to attack your hands and tool the block.
Here's Muth. Service error for her. Pulling Orlando back within 5.
Payne back in the front row for Orlando. Look for her to get their offense going on the right side.
Pukas on serve. She's up to 18 assists today. Martin over the top. Pukas met on the block there. Trying to get it to Maddox. Miscommunication on the Orlando side. Dallas point. Set point for the Pulse. Jelly Sear enters for the first time. She was out for nearly a month, returned to the court last week. Nice Chimay going to the back corner. It's down in bounds.
Orlando wants to find Chimay on the right side. She worked really hard to run all the way across the court to get on that ball. Now she has blocking duty here.
Again, set point for Dallas. Martin to Cohen, and Booth closes things out. Her 7th kill. And we are even through 2 sets in Dallas. A 25-21 win for Orlando. To open things up, Dallas counters with a 25-19 victory in set 2. Caroline Muth only had 1 attack entering this day. Serving sub exclusively for the rest of the season, but getting so many opportunities in this one. She's with Victoria.
Offense looks absolutely insane. What are you seeing out there?
I would say I'm seeing a lot of splits in the block, and I think that's really just accounting for our middles being active and our passing being good. So we're always in system. So I'm having like these seams that are just open that wouldn't usually be open.
Defensively, digging the ball, earning blocks. What does the vision look like heading into set number 3?
Just go all out. I mean, our theme, like on our side, is just have fun. So just that, and having fun is just going all out and relentless defense, and that's fun to us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Victoria, Caroline, thank you both very much. Dallas utilizing the full bench. Some players who don't normally get the opportunities are shining, including Caroline Muth. And we are all even through 2 sets in Frisco. Here's Cohen as we're underway in set 3. Orlando taking the initial points. Muth swinging. Looper. Payne was there for the block alongside Bacon.
Defense starts with the pin blocker, and that's Payne lining up in front of her attacker. She's watching the apex of the volleyball because that's exactly where Looper is going to be. And she presses her hands across that tape, earning the block. 3 blocks for Payne, 7 kills today.
Dolphin for Dallas. Payne had to be inserted at middle blocker. It was a finger in the dam situation for Dallas when Lane Van Buskirk went down. Payne stepped up and filled the void.
And that's a part about being a professional. When your name is called, you never know what is going to happen, and sometimes it's not the position you play. You just have to step out and do it.
A couple of other middles were not quite back from injury. Caitlin Horde thankfully was ready to go in time for the next match, and Dallas trying to fill those gaps. Here's Colby Neal, rookie second-round draft pick. Orlando team up by 2, diving back. Neal can't keep it alive.
The Pulse have to utilize a controlled first ball contact when they fight for that in serve receive, especially against the scrappy Orlando team. They do really well in these long rallies.
Back set to Chimay. Over the top of Booth and Martin for the Orlando point.
Chimay has 16 or more points in 5 matches this year for Orlando. This is exactly how. Watch as Chimay tracks this ball and gets on it quickly inside the block. Beating the block, wasn't even there. 6 kills, 6 digs on the game.
Team leader in the kills category. Emmy Klicka is the leader in digs with 10. There's 11. Here's Looper. Cullen will find Martin. Klicka there for another dig. They'll go to the back row to Maddox. When she has runway, it is tough to stop.
Maddox has really elevated her gameplay the last couple seasons in Major League Volleyball by finding this back row attack and adding it to her repertoire. There was 3 blockers up, and she still took a big high rip finding the seam.
Into the net by Chimay. 5th service error for Orlando. Orlando now up by 3 as Kelly goes on the attack for her 5th kill.
Looper now going to play middle back defense for Orlando. Watch as she moves into the seams trying to dig that volleyball.
All-star last year with Vegas, Charity Looper. Bad pass, but Martin able to keep it alive. Maddox spent by Booth. Point Dallas.
It's gonna be hard to get a ball past Booth. She's in the right place at the right time. Just clamping down on that ball, doing such a great job of taking away both angles. If I was Maddox right now, I'd want to challenge more high line at the front row setter.
Martin down on the baseline. Ace Dallas, they're dancing again.
I love a good ace dance cheer. That's something that you do in club volleyball growing up. And you know what? It's a game at the end of the day, Chris. Celebrate the fun plays.
The club players are out here in force, by the way, making so much noise for their Pulse. Maddox unable to hit that cleanly.
It's really important to lift that second ball contact in the chaotic situations. Orlando has to continue to do that.
Booth able to get a hand on it. Payne diving in, couldn't get the up. And Orlando by my side, also a former pro, and she has played in this building when they trucked a ton of sand in here.
The AVP. Beach volleyball is a little bit different indoor than outside, but
what a scene that was to convert this arena into a beach venue.
yeah, it was so fun to see, and I was actually broadcasting when I was here for that AVP event inside of Comerica Arena, and yeah, the Beach Pro Tour trucking in sand inside the arena, and it's a different ball game, that's for sure. There's no wind and there's no sun, which is something that we're used to as beach volleyball athletes.
You get a little everything inside Comerica Center. A lot of hockey, basketball, indoor, volleyball, beach on occasion. We'll break out an MMA fight or two in here as well.
Yeah, I saw those photos coming in. It was pretty neat to see. Here's another block. My goodness.
Orlando fighting at the net. Maddox going up and getting it.
Maddox with one of her own for Orlando. Watch this monster block again. Grabbing nothing but ball. Point scoring is contagious, and right now that's the blocking for Orlando.
And that's 4 in a row for the Valkyries. That streak finally comes to an end thanks to Muth.
Dallas has to establish some rhythm here at the service line, earn 1 to 2 points. They have all 3 attackers back in the front row.
Cullen with the serve. Her team trailing by 3. Payne couldn't get her hand underneath. Point Orlando.
Defense has to level up right now for the Pulse. They did a really great job of it in set number 2. Have to carry it over here.
Maddox serving. She's sitting at 7 kills. Free ball for the Valkyries. Chimay pushes it past Muth and Bacon.
I like Pukas going onto the right side there, but it was drifting just a little bit too tight to the net. Have to have that separation from the tape.
Biggest key for Orlando today was slowing down the Dallas attack. And certainly a little different today without Mimi Collier, without Sofia Maldonado Diaz, but still a lot of star power among the B side for Dallas. Here's a look at the MLB Championship bracket. It gets underway at 7 o'clock Eastern time on Thursday. The top seed is Indy, setting an MLB record for wins during the regular season. They'll take on Omaha, while Dallas faces San Diego. We'll be over on Ion TV for the semifinals on Thursday and for the championship final on Saturday, starting at 3 o'clock Eastern time.
Omaha is going to have to play some serious defense against Indy. They have a huge spread offense, and if they want to take it in that finals, they have to dig a lot of volleyballs.
Muth with the up on the other side from the Valkyries as a pair of players dove in to get it. Valks able to get the point with Charity Looper.
Looper, a scoring machine for Orlando. She's not afraid of any block out in front. She's going to hit and tip around anybody that comes in her way.
4 kills on 18 swings for Looper, the local product, Dallas native. Block for Orlando. It's Chimay on that right side alongside Colby Neal.
Another block for Orlando. Just an all-you-can-eat buffet at the net. A stuff block straight down.
That's 11 blocks now for Orlando, including 4 in this set. Dallas gets the side out.
That's exactly how Dallas is going to score around the big block of Orlando right now. It's about finding the deep corners, finding the seams, trying to hit around the block or hit at the block high hands. You're not going to beat them low in the seam.
Jelly Sear returning to serve. Chimay to the baseline. 10th ranked in the nation in 2024. Amy Pauley heaping a ton of praise on Chimay when we visited in pregame. 7-point lead for Orlando. Chimay makes it 8 into double figures in kills.
Right on cue, Chimay finding another point of her own. Really fast arm there. As soon as her feet leave the ground, she's swinging.
Remember, her season high came against the same Dallas team at 17 in late February. Looper gets it down in front of the Dallas block.
Orlando is just cruising right now. Everything that they're doing is working offensively and defensively.
The reigning champions The Valkyries won it all in 2025. They will miss the playoffs this season after being picked first in the preseason poll. Dallas will be in the championship here in their expansion year as the #2 seed. Chimay lightly over. Malaya Jones diving in. One Mustang scoring against another.
Now Orlando's just having fun with it. My goodness, Dallas has to find a solution here.
10-point advantage for the visitors. Looking to square this season series. Dallas won in 5 sets in late January. Orlando countered with a 4-set win here in Dallas in February. And then in March, it was a Dallas sweep at Orlando. Chimay setting up Neal in the back row. Jelly Sear there for the up. Here's Cox. Limited action for her today. Dumped over by Hannah Bucas.
Middle blockers play left back defense too, and they dig the ball with control. What a play, Neal. Lifting that ball perfectly for an on-2 option.
Orlando into the red zone. Timeout Dallas after the Valkyries go on a 5-0 run here late in set 3. Shannon Windsor, yes, she's utilizing the bench today. The superstars are saving their legs for the championship, but every moment is one that is teachable.
Windsor wins. She, as an athlete and a coach, plays with purpose. And it doesn't matter who you're playing against or who you're playing with on your side. She is a competitor, and she demands excellence from her team, whoever's on the floor.
Cullen to Bacon, sizzling out of the timeout.
Talking with Coach Windsor, she said, look, I was battling for an Olympic spot with Team Canada while she was coaching. There's always something to play for, she said.
Love the maturity of Bacon, doing whatever the team has needed this year. That's through Booth and Jones with the Orlando point.
To your point, Chris, about Bacon, it's so important for youth players to hear that she has put the team first before herself. And if you want to play at the highest level, that is the mindset you have to have. You have to be happier for the greater success than your own.
Malaya Jones hasn't got a ton of PT this year, but when that right arm is on display, it is magical.
A rip on the right side. My goodness. Malaya just getting on top of that ball. He's earned 23 kills on the year.
First team All-American last year for SMU. Through the block. Point Valks. The latest coming from Madonna Shad, another local product. She's from Carrollton, Texas.
Played at University of Kentucky. Finished 5 years of college with over 1,300 kills.
Before that, led the Hebron Hawks to back-to-back Texas state championships. Point Dallas pulling back within 10.
Orlando full of Texas athletes.
And this place is packed today, and it's not just Pulse fans. There are plenty of Orlando supporters because of those local ties. Here's Chimay and those SMU Mustangs. A lot of Pony fans in the house. Big cut and too much. Point Orlando.
Trying to get us involved in the game over here at courtside. Here's a transition play. It's a high set across the court. Trying to find more angle, just missing a bit wide.
I get credit for the save there, right?
You get credit. We'll put you on the stat sheet. That's a dig.
Got to make sure Victoria's still ready for our pre- and post-game shows next week on ION.
So excited to be working that with you.
will be right here at Comerica Center. Paul Sunderland and Holly McPeak will be in these chairs with Madison Fitzpatrick roaming the sidelines. Championship coverage Thursday and Saturday on ION TV. Set point for Orlando. The block nearly taking care of it. Recycled again for Dallas. Malaya Jones right at Bree Kelly for the kill.
Jones, the rookie, ripping it on the right side. Watch Jones, points off the bench, present. Big rip, high line. What a play. Played at both Colorado State and SMU.
Colby Neal with a final kill for Orlando. A dominant set 3 win for the Valkyries.
Leadership role. Also, she plays for Coach Windsor for Team Canada on the Canadian national team. So history between both player and coach. You never want to see an athlete go down with an injury like that, but I look forward to seeing her next season, hopefully.
And it was heartbreaking to see that day because, again, she was going to head to Orlando for the All-Star match the next morning.
Right. And she was a dominant force last year in Major League Volleyball. She put up a high clip offensively, but it's her defense that is really well known.
Carter Booth, she has been a welcome addition to this roster since Van Buskirk's injury. Unable to score the point there, but still Coach Windsor trying to figure out exactly where Booth fits for next week. Still some question marks before the championship.
Lane Van Buskirk did a really great job of running behind off of 1 foot, and I think that's a role that Dallas is looking to find with the middles on their roster is who can be dominant running behind on a slide or a back one and feel comfortable going off of 1 foot.
Dallas is challenging the reaching beyond the net fault.
Christian Kryjaks up top, Suzanne Lowry down low today. And the point will stay with Orlando.
After review, there is reaching beyond the net. Dallas loses the challenge.
You are not allowed to reach across the net and interfere with a second contact on the opposing side. Therefore, it is a fault, and the point will go to Orlando.
1-1 in set 4. Off the top, kept up. There's Martin from the left side. Right touch, diving in for the save was Pukas. Orlando takes the point.
Because Orlando has been so dominant at the net, patrolling the top of the tape with their block, Dallas has to keep this ball well off the tape and be comfortable with trying to score with a set that's 2 to 3 feet off so you can try and hit around.
Pushed in by Martin. Orlando doing everything it could to keep that ball alive, but Dallas ties the score at 2.
Martin finding success by this deep tip back to area 1, the back right corner of the volleyball court, wide open. That's how she's going to be able to point score. Is placement, not power right now, try and establish some rhythm. Martin.
Leia Jones will have the service for Dallas. We take a look at Martin cleaning up the condensation before we get back to action. Kendall White satisfied. Here's Looper, White there, saving it with her chin. Martin falling back to the floor before putting it over. Chimay, Muth diving after it.
Orlando point scoring in transition. That's how they solidified a dominant lead in set number 3, and that's what they're going to continue to lean on here. Chimay working that ball again on the right side.
Kendall White taking the worst of it on that point. A shot straight at the chin that she kept up.
Wore it like a champ. Wore it like any libero at this level would.
3-3. Fucus feeding Looper, and up by White. Cullen and Muth working together. Right back to Looper, through the seam. Point Orlando.
Orlando looks smooth in transition. Fucus, impactful set again, out of system, lifting with her platform, allowing her team to go swing high and hard.
Cullen, back set to Jones. This connection goes well beyond their time at the Pulse. Cullen was a graduate assistant on the SMU staff, working every day with Jones in her senior season on the Hilltop.
It's a small world in volleyball.
Ended up being teammates after Dallas moved up in the draft to be able to select Jones, the first pick in the second round. Down the far corner, Point Valkyries retaking the lead.
Looper attacking deep into that coffin corner, caddy corner to where she is swinging, so that really allows her to expand all the floor and find a point.
Long pass to Muth. Block is on. Verkelly and Fucus.
Fucus clamping down. She saw that set was a little bit inside. Watch as Fucus gets on this ball. Stays inside, static movement, pressing fast.
Orlando had 5 blocks in the previous set. There's Jones. Nobody's blocking that.
Jones with authority again, ripping this ball. Swinging deep. That's how Dallas is going to score. They have to challenge deep and high against that big block of Orlando.
Dallas coaching staff say Cullen has grown a lot in the position this year, learning under Natalia Valentin Anderson. That one passed her for the Dallas point. Getting that tutelage from the longtime Puerto Rico national team setter, but also battling for playing time.
Coach Windsor sharing that Valentin Anderson is the best leader she's ever had. That is a big statement. And watching serve and pass today, Chris, watching Valentin Anderson, she was just everywhere. Every single point, all out in serve and pass, just playing defense on her side, her and one other athlete, and leading the way as a vocal leader. Valentin Anderson, 40% of the matches played double-doubles this year.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't just a coach-player relationship this season. Valentin Anderson, so much more than that. Nothing that White could do to dig that out. Point Orlando.
Are number 1 and number 2 in assists per set, and they're seeing each other the first night.
Valentin Anderson guiding the most proficient offense in MLV. Dallas at a 270 efficiency this season. That's 17 points better than Indy. And Dallas is killing balls at nearly 40% this year. 3-point lead for Orlando. Bree Kelly back home in the Dallas area. The rookie from Rockwall Heath, east of here.
Really big momentum play again for Orlando with a huge defensive presence, solidifying a 4-point lead.
10-6 after Orlando has scored the last 4 here in set 4. Looking to capture a 4-set victory in the regular season finale. Of all the matches today in MLV schedule, this is the very last one, and then we get set for our MLV championship Thursday night on ION TV. Hope you'll be part of that one.
Dallas going against San Diego. Dallas, the number 1 attack percentage team in MLB, going up against the top defensive team in the league as well. So it's going to be plenty of story to go around.
Limited tickets still available. ProVolleyball.com is the place to go. Secure your seats and get here to Frisco. Martin going in for the up. Muth down the line, kept up by Chimay on the overpass. Bacon can't put it to the floor. Here's Cullen to Muth. Down on the baseline, point Dallas. They're within 3.
This is go time for Dallas right now. Another big put away. They have to be able to utilize this kill here at the service line, try and push points.
She's into double figures, 10 kills. Her first 10 kills of the season coming today. Adana Shad back home in the Dallas area as well. Won 2 state championships as a Hebron Hawk.
Solid look by Orlando, reading the defense was dug in of Dallas. Placement not power there.
And Apukas on serve, diving in to get it is White. Martin with her latest swing. Back row, Bacon and Martin are there. Another monster block on the Dallas side.
Bacon clamping down on this ball. Reading and reacting there. Now has to play some left back defense. 13 blocks for Orlando, 10 for Dallas.
Bacon with 4 kills, couple of blocks. Dallas trailing by 3. Shad denied by Jones and Bacon, able to get it through him this time, but the up from Cullen. Martin couldn't kill it. And then Malaya Jones, you see the look of frustration on her face. Can't control it for Dallas, and Orlando scores.
It's tough, those sky balls. You have to be able to control those. Orlando with all 3 offensive threats in the front row.
Cullen to Martin off the head of Neal for the point.
First ball side out for Dallas. That's exactly what they need to spark some momentum. Here's Martin getting on this ball. Pass to attack as she kicks out just wide enough to Tool High hands.
I misjudged that one. Thought it went off the noggin. Point Dallas within 2 now here in set 4.
Martin back-to-back points, finding success. Not shying away from that block, but going fast inside.
Back to Looper. Jones can't dig it out. That's how Jones gets more playing time next year, Victoria. Defensively, bit of a liability.
Yeah, and I think that's something you can work on in the offseason, is tweaking a defense and just getting those defensive reps. Don't really need anybody else in the gym, just somebody on a box hitting buckets of volleyball at you.
Can't put it across. Point Orlando. Four-point lead. The Valkyries look to close out Dallas in the regular season finale. Cullen to Booth, pushing it over. They'll go to Shad. Nothing doing. Recycle for Orlando. Cullen feeding Martin. Another chance for the former Rebel and Gator.
Martin scoring on second ball opportunities in transition. Great coverage play for Dallas, recycling the ball and then finding another shot.
Dallas down 3. Chimay dug out by Cullen. Here's Muth, met by 4 hands.
Orlando just racking up these blocks. Dallas has to swing a little bit higher. You're not going to beat Orlando deep or low in these seams. It's a perfectly closed block. Got a hit on your way up.
Shimei and Kelly teaming up for block 15. There's Malia Jones with a rocket.
Jones was on the AVCA preseason National Player of the Year watch list this last fall. First team All-American.
Helped SMU reach the final 16 in the NCAA championship for the first time in program history. Bucas backs head to Shimei. Long point Dallas. Building coming alive with the home team back within 2.
Relentless defense for the Poles as they keep that play alive, forcing an unforced error. Now only 2 points from tying up the ball game.
Carter Booth can't dig out the latest attack from Looper. She's net Sofia Maldonado Diaz.
Last match out for Dallas was a victory sweep over Omaha just on Friday. They held Omaha to hitting 150.
All the stars will be back on the floor Thursday for the championship semifinal. Violation on Dallas Point Orlando, and the Valk lead is back to 4.
Dallas has to find a first ball side out here. Talking in the seams of serve receive.
Colin to Jones. On the antenna across the way.
The ball is not allowed to touch the antenna. If it does, it is called out and point for the other team.
6th kill for Jones. Nearing her season high. That was 8. Back on the season opener. Point Orlando. Have to go all the way back to the start of the year for the best performance by Jones. That came against Indy. Here's Bree Kelly. Now Muth. Shimei can't dig that one out. Point Dallas. 3-point game now.
High quality swing by Muth, challenging high line, especially with a front row setter. Setters are usually not known for their blocking, but at this level, you better watch out whoever's setting in the front row. There's a lot of really good blockers across the league right front.
Martin able to dig out the shad attack. Free ball for Orlando. Go right back to Shad. Through Bacon and Jones.
Solid swing for Orlando. Here's Shad getting on this ball, tracking it all the way across the floor. Big windup. Was named the best outside hitter in the Puerto Rican National League in 24.
Dumped across, smart play. Orlando into the red zone with a 5-point lead.
Point scoring is contagious, and right now, Pukes is just dishing the butter all over the floor, getting all pin attackers involved, her middles involved, outsides in the front and back row.
Timeout called by Dallas, as Orlando is just 5 points away from closing out a victory and ending the regular season with 3 straight wins. Most categories this season, Orlando is near the bottom statistically. Aces have been what they have hung their hat on all year long. They are number 1 in MLV. Just 3 tonight. We haven't got to see the best in the business, Natalie Foster. She has 52 aces to lead Major League Volleyball. Jones And that's a nice up from Kleika. Right back to Malaya. There's Shad. Shamay on the spot.
Shamay patrolling the net. Not considered a throw because she contacts the ball in front of her shoulder.
15 kills to lead Orlando, a double-double for her. Also has 11 digs. Shad pushing it through. This is only her 5th match to play this season.
But being named best outside hitter in the Puerto Rican National League a couple of years ago, I mean, that is impressive. And now Shad showing what she has today, 6 kills, 2 digs. And she really has shown her range offensively. We've seen her challenge high line and sharp cross, not to mention playing some defense.
Jones with force, kept up. Going to Martin, met by 4 hands, still alive. Shear will send it over. Back to Shad again. Point Orlando.
Shad on the left pin, beating the block of Dallas that wasn't set up in time.
Valkyries just 2 points away from earning a 4-set win on the road. Martin. We're calling up on Dallas. Violation on the carry. Match point for Orlando, leading by 9 in set 4.
Watch the block of Orlando, how they track their opponent.
Cullen to Martin. Recycle for the pulse. Malaya Jones over the top. Shad one more time. Tipped at the net. White getting it to Jones. To finish it off, Nia Shamay in her return to Dallas, the former SMU Mustang, with a final point for Orlando. 4-set win for the Valkyries to close out the regular season.
Orlando playing free, playing great defense, and their offense just really spread, and multiple athletes showing up for Orlando, earning this final victory for them.
Valkyries end the match on a 7-0 run and split the season series with Dallas, winning both games on the road.